So hello viewers, welcome to Simply Moms podcast. My name is Leah as usual. Thank you for watching and subscribing and liking and sharing our videos. As always say that we're here to empower moms and parents, and empowering families is what Simply Moms is all about. And today we had a very special visitor, and her name is Fajira. Her name is Faith, but she calls herself Fajira Concept. So she's gonna tell you more about herself. Welcome.
Oh, thank you. I'm so pleased to be here today. Thanks, Gideon, for inviting me to this podcast. Yeah. So we planned it last year, but due to all the activities, we couldn't make it.
Yeah.
So, but glad I'm here today.
I'm glad you're here.
Yeah. So my name is Fajira. Gigi. I'm sure it's the longest name you may have heard, but popularly known as Fajira's Concept. Fajira came from my first and middle name. Yeah. So I've been carrying the brand Fajira right from when I was in my teenagers, because I bought all my businesses registered as Fajira. So if you check on YouTube, I am the one you see on the immigration content.
Yes.
Fajira's Concept. So I'm a mom of 3 and I'm married to a very lovely husband, very supportive man who has been part of my life since I was a teenager. Yeah. So I have worked in the hospitality industry for the past 15 years of my life, worked myself up to the top, and currently I'm the CEO of Fajira's Concept Limited. Yeah, so I manage my own business as well, and I also do consultancy as well for other organizations that needs me for training. So, but most of the things I do now, if you go to my channel, if you're someone who is currently in the UK or planning to move to the UK, yeah, my channel is a channel that will help you, which is Fajira's Concept. I share every government updates like live in the UK, because I've spent over, I think, about 14 years of my life in the UK. I had to go through different routes.
Yes.
That actually gave me more of the experience of what I'm doing today. So yeah, that's just a bit about me. And not to be left out, I'm a cake designer as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been baking since I was 13 years old. It came as a hobby, and all of a sudden I went for more trainings, and here I am today. I also have a cake business I do. So that's just a tip about me. But as we carry on, maybe you're there to find out more. Thank you.
Yeah. Let's start with your journey. How did you start this content creation? Like, what inspired you?
Okay. Growing up, I'm the outward person. I'm somebody that likes to talk to people, and apart from that, I've been a customer service person. I'm always in there. Like, if you go to a place, you will know I'm there.
Yes.
So I'm that kind of person that is always interacting with people.
Yeah.
So I've had always had this in mind, content creation. But something held me back, because as at then I was believing God for the fruits of the womb.
Yeah.
After I've lost so many pregnancies. So I was in that phase, like, I don't want to start it and I get pregnant and I'm not able to do it. So I was just procrastinating. I'll tell you, I procrastinated for almost 8 years.
Wow.
Yes. I had always loved to be a theater actress, like just to be because that's kind of like, that's just like a normal lifestyle for me. I don't think like something I have to struggle with.
Yeah.
So after having my kids, and during COVID, I was thinking like, I'm the person that is always doing something, very busy. But COVID, COVID made me very, like, I was in the house. I wasn't going to work as often. I work as a center manager in a student accommodation. I wasn't leaving the house as often. And I got pregnant with my son. But before I knew I was pregnant with my son, my last son, I already started. I'm a passionate chef.
Yeah.
And a cake designer.
So I saw your video.
So I said, okay, let me with my chef. Let me start sharing my recipes. I just get recipes on my own. Like I just see some certain foods and I want to let me do this. Also, if I just create, I'm a very creative person. So I said, okay, let me start with my food stuff, sharing my recipes, my methods, and so on. That was in 2020 during COVID. I keep myself busy while we are looking at COVID. We didn't know who we were going to be alive after COVID.
I know, right?
Everybody was scared. So at the end of the day, I started creating content on my food, my baking, teaching them how to design a cake and so on. Yeah, I was just putting it out. But that wasn't what I wanted to start on YouTube. But I didn't want my face to be there when I found out that I was pregnant, because once I'm pregnant, because of my history, I don't like exposing myself. I've had 7 losses and it's been challenging. So whenever I'm pregnant, I just hide myself and Until I have my baby, even my family could not even know, just me and my husband, or maybe people around us within the UK. So due to that, because of that, so what I used to do was just to voice over my food recipe. So nobody actually knew I was pregnant. I didn't want to show my face. So at the point I had my son, and I said, okay, the time is now, because I've had my 3 children already. I wasn't going for any more children. So this is the time. And I went into the content creation of relocation because I have a very long journey in the UK. Came in as a student, went back, it's been a journey. And I've also, behind the scene, assisted a lot of people migrated to the UK through study as at then. Also to sort admissions for people as well. Also to apply for UK visa. So these are things that I do. I was like, why don't you just start talking about them, Yeah, and I started talking about them, and that was it. Looking out for ship universities. So that was what the first thing that inspired me was I wanted something that when I'm old, my kids, my grandchildren can see what I use my young
yes,
age
that
for.
is
So it's
very
for
important.
posterity.
Legacy.
Yeah, legacy,
Yes.
just for them to see. I'm somebody that likes memory. Yeah, I take pictures of almost everything. It's me. Just to, that means me.
My phone is already full.
I'm paying what's it called?
Extra.
£8, whatever, every month just to save memories, because I'm someone that I love memories. If you show me my picture when I was young that I didn't know, you will see how excited I'll be. Oh, before you know, I'll post it. So I'm that kind of person. I'm creating these memories for my children and also my family.
Yeah.
So it was just for posterity. Then,
wow, and now it's growing. Yeah, it's grown so quickly, my goodness.
Yeah.
So how was that? What do you think made it, to grow quick?
I think what actually made it grow and still growing, I'm not really where I want to be. To be honest, within me, I'm not feeling it, because I have a target for myself. I'm looking at myself, be like getting to a particular number of subscribers or followers. Yeah, it will come. I'm not really I'm not saying I'm not satisfied or I'm not grateful, but what I'm saying that even the growth, I'm still working hard. So one of the things that actually helped me on my platform is consistency. Yes. I used to stay awake through the midnight, to film. Sometimes I batch film up to 5 videos. Yeah, maybe on a Sunday night or on a Saturday night to break Sunday. Yeah. So it's consistency. So within the week, I know all I need to do is just to start editing the videos and start putting them out. And the thing about the content I do, you have to be accurate because there are rules and regulations. Yeah. You don't just have to put on your camera, go there and say all sorts of
things
you're not sure
it has to be exact what's on the government website and things like that.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you have a strategy then? Do you have a strategy that has made it grow? Or
for me, to be honest, I just think sharing the right information. I check the government's website on daily basis if there has been any changes. Where we came from, a lot of people don't really like reading, but they prefer to listen.
That's so true.
They prefer to listen to see if there has been changes. Yeah. So one of the things I do in a day, I just check if there is any changes, and if there is any changes, I copy the link to my system and I research about it. They see if there is anything similar to back it up, then I film my videos. So it's just making sure that you're putting out the right information, because when you put out the right information, people will come back.
Yeah.
You're not misleading them. Yeah. So I think that's why I do most of the times that. Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
And have you had many people who have come, people who have been listening to your videos and they've given you feedback?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Even on which day, I think a few days ago, people get to recognize me so easily now that I get scared of going out. Not like scared, I'm like, oh, I hope somebody doesn't know Fajira here. I was at the city center. I just came down from the car. My husband and I were going to get something, so I dropped for him to park. And there was this man that was just following me. I was like, why is this man following me? I was like, excuse me. At some point, he couldn't hold himself. He's like, you're Fajira. I watched your video. That was at West Usher. That was just 2-3 days ago. I watched your video. In fact, your video helped me. My wife was the one that introduced me to you. He was just saying, yeah, at Fajira. Oh, I need to take a picture with you. So I'll show you.
So I think I saw it on
Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah,
Yes.
I posted it. Yeah, I
Instagram.
shared it on Instagram. So with what I'm doing, a lot of feedbacks from people have made impulsivity, from people I haven't met that I don't think I will ever meet. But those feedback are things that actually keeps me on my feet.
Yeah.
Because the joy that comes from it, like, it's more than what is.
Yeah, I can understand.
Yeah, it's more than anything. I feel really blessed to know that, and I feel really happy to know that people all over the world watch my videos and they find their way through a system that we actually paid money to people to, to get it. Yeah, to find the informations, because the informations were not out there.
Yeah.
So I get a lot of feedbacks from my videos, and that's what keeps me on my feet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is there a point when you had any doubts?
Yeah, I do. Even till now. Okay. Even till now, even with over 70,000 subscribers, there are times that you want to film a video. I put a video this morning. Guys, go and check out that video. So I was like, I've not tagged it up because I was coming to meet you. I just put it out. Let it just be there.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I'm like, is this video going to go?
It will.
No, that's a continuous doubt. Even when I get to 1 million subscribers, I want to get to 2 million.
Yeah.
I want to get to 3 million. So this doubt is something that comes, but it's how you handle it that matters. So I just tell myself that whether people watch or they don't watch, or the information I'm putting out there is very important. This information, when I came into the UK, I paid to get some of this information here. So if they like, they should watch. But I know people will definitely watch.
Yeah.
So I usually, even till now, I still get that self-doubt. But you just have to keep pushing, because if you settle with that doubt, then you're not going to do anything.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
Then you just discourage your own self.
Yeah.
And
It's not what we want.
No, it's not what you want. Like what Fajira just said, even with the doubt, keep going. Regardless, just do it. Do it even when you're afraid.
Yeah.
Do it even when you're scared. Just do it, mom.
Yeah.
And keep going. So how about the monetization? How was that? I saw that you monetized, was it in 3 months?
Yeah. I got monetized in 3 months.
Yeah.
I was posting out videos every day. And one of the things that leads to monetization on YouTube is the hours, the subscribers. Yeah. So when you're putting out content every day, people are there to watch those contents, and they are building up your hours.
So the frequency.
Yeah. So it's not something you say, oh, I'll just put it out in a week's time, you come back. I was putting, if you see me, my my husband was like, oh, when it comes to video editing, you will just focus, like it's like nobody should even talk to me until I'm done. That's how I used to focus. So with my monetization, it took me 3 months because I was consistently uploading videos.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I'm not as consistent as I was there.
So you were posting every single day?
Every single day, or in a week I could put at least 5 videos. Wow. But now I've come to 3 in a week.
Okay.
So that I can balance. I got other businesses I'm running as well. I got my consultations, I got my interview preparations. I got all those stuff that I do behind the scenes. So if I say I want to be putting out videos every day, then I won't be able to meet my other businesses. So what I do now, I try my best to put out 3 videos in a week, except there is an important information that needs to be out there immediately. Then I just go and film it and make it 4 or maybe 5, depending on the new rules, or maybe if I've seen a job with visa sponsorship that I think will benefit my viewers, I just go ahead and post it. So that's what I've been doing.
Wow. So what would be your advice in terms of immigration? Because that's now your specialty.
Yeah, you said.
That's your specialty now.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give it to someone who wants to come to the UK? What should they do?
Okay.
In short.
In short, in the days of before you plan to move to the UK, one of the things you should be thinking about is, how do you want to come to the UK? Do you want to come to the UK as a student? Do you want to come to the UK as a skilled worker, or a carer? Or do you want to come to the UK as a spouse? So these are things you have to take into account. So if you want to come to study in the UK, you have to be prepared. First thing you should be looking at is to start looking out for schools in the UK. But one of the advice I give to my viewers is that make sure you're looking out for schools outside London, because they are a bit cheaper compared to schools in London. The living expenses you have to show to Home Office for your visa to be approved. I filmed a video about this yesterday, which I will put out within the week.
Okay.
Has now
follow Fajira Concept.
Okay, follow Fajira's Concept on YouTube because you get the first-hand information there.
Yeah.
And
Simply Mom.
And Simply Mom as well on YouTube and on Facebook.
Yes.
And also on Instagram.
Yeah.
So if you're coming as a student, look out for skills that are not inside London. And if you're coming as a skilled worker, make sure you have all the required documents. Because
Yeah. Can I?
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. We still got our baby. Look at him, he's smiling. Skilled boy. So that's fine. I think it's even better because that's what you're doing. Yeah. Yeah, so if you're coming to the UK as a skilled worker or as a care worker, there are some documents you will need. Now, the most important document is that before you even start thinking of moving to the UK, you should be thinking of having an international passport because where is your visa going to be stamped?
Of course.
A lot of people come to me, oh, Fajira, where do I start? Oh, I don't have it. I say, you go and have international passport first.
Before you start.
Before we even start. And you have to think about your IELTS. IELTS, or if you didn't go to a university, IELTS is for those that did not attend a university. Because if you attended a university, you can just apply with your certificate to NARIC to get the ECTIS certificate. So, but if you went to a polytechnic or you did a diploma or so, you will need an IELTS. And the IELTS exam we have to write is a UKVI General or UKVI Academy. So you need to have a minimum of 4 in each of the skills. I think there are 4 components, which is a reading, listening, writing, and speaking.
Yes.
Yeah. So you need to have a minimum of 4 there. So these are things you have to prepare because no one is going to be preparing for you on your behalf. If you don't have those requirements, you don't have your tuberculosis test certificate, you don't have your police clearance, your visa will be refused. That is a standard. You know, the UK rule is like, this is this. You have to tip all the boxes. Yeah. It's not like where you can go to bribe somebody. Oh, I don't have tuberculosis certificate, please. I don't have. Let me pay you. You know, UK is not like that. So my advice for everyone who has been planning or who is currently in the UK for the immigration stuff, make sure you're in the UK legally.
Yes.
Because the frustration that comes with being an illegal migrant in the UK, you're better off just staying back in your home country where you're free. Because when you're an illegal migrant in the country, you see the ambulance going to pick somebody, you're running because you think it's the police coming after you. So do everything you know you can for those in the UK to remain legal in this country. Apart from doing that, make sure you abide to the rules and regulations. Because one of the things I've realized over these years in the UK is that there is no room for I don't know, I didn't know, especially when you're over 18.
Ignorance is not
an excuse. Yeah. So you can't say, oh, I didn't know. You just have to make sure that you do everything right to be a legal migrant and a law-abiding citizen of United Kingdom. Yeah.
Wow, that is a lot. Anyway, you go on her channel on Fajira Concept, sir, and subscribe and get more information on that. And then in the meantime, we continue with Simply Mums. So as a mother of 3, I think you talked about it on the live, but for your viewers, for my viewers or listeners, how do you balance having the YouTube channel, having kids, having a business, you're working for yourself? How do you manage all that?
If I say it's an easy thing to do, then I will be lying. You have to be intentional.
Yeah.
Like, I place myself on targets. Sometimes you see me walking around the house like I'm working for a boss somewhere, whereas I am my own boss. Yes. So I try to be intentional because I also want to be in the life of my children. I make their hair, I do everything. Like, I want to be there, a present mom, not an absent mom.
Yeah.
In the life of my children. So with God on my side, I would say God, because some of the strengths, I don't even know where they come from. Because I don't sleep for up to 5 hours. When I tell people, like, are you sure? I say, yeah. And you look, I say, yeah. If I sleep up to 5 hours, or more than 5 hours, then that sleep, you know that I don't really know the right word to use, but I just think it's God that has been helping me. It's God. Because sometimes I'm just exhausted and I see that all I could say is that God help me. Lord help me. And I just get energized.
Yeah.
And you see me going around doing my stuff. So I try to prioritize my children my husband, my children, then my business,
Yeah.
to make sure I'm able to pay myself every month.
Yeah.
Because I have a target, I have to meet. Now, because I've worked in various organizations in the UK, and when they set you on target, you want to hit that target. So that mindset,
Yeah.
okay, thank you. That mindset is what I use in working for myself.
That's very
has helped
good.
me. Yeah.
That's very good. So you set targets, you monthly
Intentional.
targets,
Yeah.
quarterly targets.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I set my like now. I've set my target for the month, and I'm just trying to see if I can catch up
Yeah.
by the end of the month. Hopefully, by God's grace, God helping me, I'll be able to catch up.
Yeah. That's really good. Mom out there, if you also want to be self-employed or you want to create content, there's some very good nuggets there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah.
And
Don't forget to join for more.
Yeah, so passion. So we talk about passion. You said you have a passion about YouTube
Yeah.
and also about cooking and stuff.
I've got
What advice would you give moms out there? Because my passion is to help mothers, especially when we have kids.
Yeah.
We have this thing of like, oh, I can't. How do you call it?
Life changes.
Yeah, like your life changes and
Yeah.
then your priorities change.
Yeah.
And what advice would you give a mom who just had a child and maybe she's maybe stopped her career for I don't know, whatever, just to encourage a mom to keep going? Like, what advice would you give them?
All right. I know where you're coming from, because I remembered, I think 2 years ago when I was going to resign, I cried. Because imagine, I've been in the hospitality industry all my life. I'm not just all my life, have worked myself up to the managerial level where I had to manage people under me.
Yeah.
And just waking up one morning
Yeah.
to put out that resignation letter. And this is what I love doing, because I love interacting with people. So it's a difficult thing to do, to be honest. But I think sometimes God allows us to go through certain circumstances to show us the other side of what He wants us to be. So if you're a mom out there and you just had your baby, you force your career, you're thinking of, oh, what next? Depression that comes with postpartum.
I know.
Yeah, depression. We even make you start thinking, am I good enough? Am I,
Yes.
all those stuff. So
Yeah.
what I would advise is that don't give up on yourself.
Yeah.
There is more in you to discover once you have your baby.
Yes.
Than before having your kid.
Yes.
I think
That is so true.
there is more for you to discover about yourself. When you didn't have kids, you're just living your life. Like, oh, you go to work, you sign in attendance and all that. But once you have your children, you have that time to start thinking, oh, what am I going to use my life for? And you can now start discovering yourself in a new level. So don't give up. Don't be in competition with other career moms. Even if you...
That one.
Yeah, because most of the things that causes this problem is unnecessary competition.
What are you competing for?
Who are you competing with? I compete with myself. Like my greatest competitor is Fajira.
Yeah.
So I set that target and I compete with myself. I admire what people are doing. But I wouldn't want to because this person is doing this. And if I don't. So we have to take a step back. If you're a new mom, or you're still pregnant, or you're still on maternity leave, or you're still thinking what next, take a step back and pray. Ask God that this is a time I need to rediscover myself.
Yeah.
Because once you rediscover yourself and find out that thing that God really wants you to do, you will flourish.
Indeed.
Yeah, so unnecessary competition should be tipped out of your boss. Comparing yourself with another mom, maybe who drives a Range Rover, and should be ticked out. Just work on yourself.
Yeah.
Spend time to think of what is that thing I enjoy. Like I said, that thing I enjoy doing. Can I monetize?
Yes.
That thing I enjoy doing. It may take a year. It may take 2 months.
It may take.
Some videos may just go viral in 2 days. You never can tell when it's going to happen. But just keep pushing until you become unstoppable. Yeah.
Well, and as women, we have a lot of strength that we have not tapped into.
Yeah. Yeah.
So try and discover who you are. Even during now, look at me.
Yeah.
I've been contemplating on this YouTube thing for a long time.
Yeah.
A long time. But now this is when I've got the opportunity to say, so let me start doing this. And I'm grateful for people like you who are coming on my podcast to give this useful information. So subscribe.
And don't forget to follow Simply
Yes.
Moms as well.
And comment.
Like and share.
Yes.
Yeah, because there are other moms out there. Some are still depressed.
Yeah.
And we don't know how far this video we have filming today will go. So I just think about how I was when I came. I didn't get this information. Okay, I just think, if I had gotten this information and sharing, how would that happen? So that inspires me.
Yeah.
To just carry on. And when I see people inboxing me, emailing me, recognizing me in shops and everywhere, I'm like, no, this is what God wants me to do. Let me just keep doing it.
Yeah. Very, very impactful.
Yeah.
So on YouTube, who is the person you would want to collaborate with?
To be honest, because I haven't really thought of collaboration.
Yeah.
There is nobody on my list because I'm just doing my thing.
Yeah.
Because I know there is a gap.
It's a big one.
YouTube is a big platform.
Mm-hmm.
And there is this gap that everybody, you need to fill on that platform. So I'm just trying to fill up that gap. I'm not really
talked about.
Yeah, I've collaborated with other content creators as well. But so I have not I want to contact this person because I'm just doing my research, filming my videos, putting out the information. But in the future, maybe I may have somebody that I would really love to collab with. But for now, there's nothing on my list. Yeah, I'm just working on myself, building myself. So when I get to that point, maybe they will collab with me, or I need to get to a point that there's this source of stability. Yeah, so I'm just still building. Yeah, still building. Yeah, but maybe in the future I may have somebody that
you can collaborate.
Yeah.
With. Wow. In terms of your journey, when you look back, on the time you've been in the UK, family life, everything that you've gone through. When you look back on your journey, what do you think you should have done differently? What lessons have you learned that you can pass on to another mom as a shortcut?
Okay. Yeah, there are lots of lessons, especially with the immigration. I'll start with the immigration one. I remember coming to the UK as a student. Yeah. And my husband refused to apply for dependent visa. He didn't want to depend.
I know.
He was coming as a visitor. Whereas he would have just applied for a dependent visa and maybe he will be here with me and so on. So that made us to spend so much money because he was coming to the UK every 3 months, or I had to go to Nigeria to see. Then I think the next year he started his own course. I now depended on him. And so, but what I think we would have done from the start, which for now, thanks be to God that we are at where we wanted to be now, was at the point I was applying for my study visa, there was nothing stopping him to just apply for dependence. Then it would have taken us a shorter route, from that time to 2016 would have gotten our indefinite leave to remain. But we went through the longer routes to an except because we had to go back, come back. It was kind of a bit of mixed up because after my study, we went back. He started after his own. He had a good job, so we went back as well. So if I had known there, sometimes we discuss it, if we had known, you would have just applied for a dependent. So how would you be spending money to apply for a visit visa when it's almost equivalent to what? And you come to the UK and go back. So if you're planning to move to the UK and you have the opportunity to have your dependent, add them. But right now with the care visa, you can't come with dependent. Yeah, you have to come on your own. So if that clause of don't come with dependent was there then, as at when we didn't add my husband as my dependent there, I would have said okay because of that clause. But there was nothing like that. We just choose not to, So make sure that you do everything right when it comes to your relocation. Yeah. Then, as a new mom in the UK, take out time for yourself to, like I said earlier on, to rediscover yourself. Don't be in a competition with any mom. Yeah. Especially you'll see people on benefits, they wear designers, they wear all of that. or that shouldn't be something you should be competing with, because everybody have their story.
Yeah.
I have my story, you have your story, you have your journey, I have my journey. Yeah. So try and make sure you concentrate on yourself and know that you are a peculiar person. Yeah.
There you go, moms. You've got all that information. So use it.
Yeah.
So the best gift you can give me is to use the information that you've learned from this channel, put it into action. If you want to move to UK or to a different country, learn the information, use it, because there's no point for us to sit here and talk and then you don't use that information at all. So that's the best thing that you can do for us. And as we're gonna wrap up.
That's so cute.
Yeah, so finally, let's wrap up with some quick fire questions. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Okay. Early mornings or late?
Early mornings. Yeah. Once I take my coffee, forget it. I'm out there. Coffee, yeah.
And then one thing that you couldn't live without?
If it's a thing, then it's my phone, because it's my office. But any other thing is called, then my family. But if it's a thing, then you see my phone is my office.
Yeah.
My laptop is, I would say my laptop is my head office, and my phone is my mobile office. Because you see me, all my jobs, all my everything is on my phone. So my phone is very precious to me. I go with it everywhere I go with. But if it's human, if it's any other thing outside the thing, God, my family, my husband, my children, they are my top on my list of priorities. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Fajira, for coming to speak with us. Yeah. I really appreciate all that information.
Worries. I'm always here. Thank you too for inviting me to your platform, and I just want to tell you that just keep pushing.
Yeah,
keep pushing.
Thank you.
Keep pushing. There are days that you're weak. To other months watching this, just tell yourself, I can do it. Yes, and keep pushing, and God will definitely see you through to the end.
Yes.
Thank you guys for watching as well. If you've got any advice you can give to the viewers on live.
Okay, guys, thank you for viewing. First of all, subscribe to Fajira Concept and Simply Moms, and also love your family.
You can say the struggles, love your family,
and be present for them, just like we're trying to do. And when you get the information that we give out, please use it, put into action. And that's it.
They have you to do like